box of 5 of the best that takes place on the 27th of September at York Hall. Top of the bill, we have a great fight between Pryce and Lee Markham for the British Masters Super Middleweight title. This is a big step up for Lee, and it should be an exciting fight. On the undercard, we have 4 title fights, and this is not a bill to be missed. I'm going to start off introducing each boxer, then I'm going to pass the mic over to Kevin Campion. He's going to open the floor to questions, and then we'll see what happens after that. First of all, on the far right, I have Jordan Joseph. He's making his debut on the show, and to be honest, I've done a lot of sparring with him over the years, and it's going to be nice to see him hit someone else other than me for once. After that, next to Jordan is Don Charles. He's one of the top trainers in the country, with fighters like Derek Chisora, and on the bill, he trains Andreas and Chris Evangeli. Next to Charles is Chris Evangeli. He's known as the Flash. He's a former Southern Area title challenger, and he's fighting for the title along with his brother, Andreas, who's sitting next to him on the same bill. I'd like to add they're some of the best people to deal with in boxing, and his father Costas, who manages them.
Thank you very much.
Next to Andreas, we have Joe Malinder. He's probably one of the most exciting fighters currently in this country, and he's fighting for a title as well. On my right is Bradley Pryce. He doesn't need much introduction. He's a former Commonwealth champion who's been in some of the best fighters in the country and the world. On my left I have Lee Markham. He's 4-time Masters champion, and he's making a big step up in class fighting Bradley. But if he comes through this, we have some big plans for him at the end of this year and next year. Next to Lee, we have Len. He's been with Lee from the start of his career. He trains him with Ashley Hill down at Sparta Gym. Next to Len, we have Michael Lomax. He's a former prize fighter champion, and he takes on Chaz Simmons in a big grudge match after a lot of words have been said. Next to Michael, we have Rod Julian. In my opinion, he's developing one of the best gyms in the country. I've done a bit of training down there myself, and the atmosphere there is amazing. Next to Rod, we have Aji Sharif. He's known as the General. He's 2-0, and his last fight, he looked sensational, stopping his opponent in the first round with one of the best punches I've seen all year. Next to Aji, we have Matthew Chanda. He's a super bantamweight, he's also making his debut on the show. And he's a very talented fighter in that wide open division. We have big plans for him also. So I'm now going to pass over to Kevin Campion. He's going to ask some questions that got sent in previously. And we're going to open up to the floor.
Okay, so first of all, we've got a statement from Chaz Simmons, who isn't here tonight, but he'd like to issue this statement. His statement is, on the 27th, I'm going to end Lomax's career. He is shot to bits. He's called the look, but I'm going to dismantle his facial features. I'm not here tonight, otherwise I attempt to do it right now. I'll bust him up and finish the bum inside 6 rounds. Mike and Rod, if we can have a response from the pair of you, please.
At the moment, I find that...
At the moment, I find that a joke. For one, he hasn't turned up. 2, I don't think he's going to turn up on the night. He's got to make the weight. I can't see him rocking up fight night. But we soon see.
Go for it, Rob. I'm just shocked.
To be fair, it's a bit of a laugh, really, to be fair.
It's embarrassing for him.
He's not even in the same class as Michael, not boxed the same people, and at this weight, if he does turn up, he's going to be in trouble. I mean, we're a little bit more diplomatic, we ain't got to be flash, we're just a bit more classy, and we'll see what happens on the night, but he'll be lucky to get within inch of him, which would be really good, so we're looking forward to it. I mean, Michael's as strong as he's ever been right now, punching hard, he's really strong right now, and I can't see Chaz Simmons. He might be quiet on the night when he's laying down, but apart from that, he's all right.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah, let's see that. That's it.
So, Michael, do you think that you boxed at a higher level? Is that what you think the difference would be? Because you fought some of the best in the business. Do you think that would be the difference on the night?
Who's he boxed, for one? Realistically, he hasn't fought anyone in my league at all. The likes of Frankie Gavin, Kilbrook, winning the prize fighter, Craig Dixon. I mean, all these guys have challenged for big titles, got big belts behind them in the past. So, really, what's he fought for? The Southern area, I think. That's it.
Okay, all right. So the next question on the Lee Markham has been sent in from Joseph Shaw. How's the preparation gone for your fight against Pryce?
Yes, it's gone really well. I'm trying hard as always. If I don't win on the night, it's because I've lost to a better man. It ain't because I ain't trained and prepared myself correctly. So it's all good. It's all gone to plan, and I'm ready to go.
Okay, so straight on to Bradley Pryce then. One from Terry Smith in Gloucester. Is it fair to say you're a gatekeeper now and on the slide, Bradley?
Yeah.
So, you can judge me on my last few fights. Obviously, I mean, my back was looking terrible at the minute, but I mean, when you're getting phone calls without days' notice, so be it. I mean, you're going to pick up them losses, but on my day, I mean, I don't think anyone beat me. I mean, obviously, I'm out my weight class now, but confident I'm going to do a job on this night. Feeling good, training's gone well, and I mean, no, I'm not a gatekeeper, but my record says otherwise. But like I said, give me time, and you'll see the results.
Do you think the weight issue is going to be a problem? Do you think it's too big, or are you confident?
No, well, I don't bother. Normally I'll fight anyone. I think there's about a year and a half ago I had a phone call to fight Andre Deville. I mean, I said, yeah. I mean, straight away I'll fight anyone. I mean, looking at that fight, I mean, it would have been a massive ask, and I mean, I'm not a fool. I mean, it wouldn't have been a winnable fight to be fair, but this fight, I've only seen about 30 seconds of him on YouTube, but I'm confident I can do the job, whatever the weight. I boxed in March in Newport at 11 stone 10, and that's the lightest I've been all year. I mean, so I'm waiting now on the night before, so I mean, I'm going to be coming in 12 and a half, probably the same weight as he's going to go up to. So there's not going to be no weight difference on the night.
Okay, right, for Ali Adams now, is that you? Ali Adams from Mahmood in London. What are your aims in the next 12 months? Would you want to fight Ian Lewison for the Southern Area title? And if you fought Lewison, what would happen?
Hi everyone. I would love to fight Ian Lewison. I don't mind fighting anyone right now. You know, just as you know, I was like, you know, had a lot of mistake, and you know, been out the boxing for the last maybe 2 years, and now I'm back. You know, I'm back full time, 100%. You know, been training hard, you know. So yeah, it's like Ian Lewison, if he's, you know, the fight is right, and the money's right, and you know, the fight is there, I'll take it. I'm happy to take anyone right now. But I just need, you know, I'm working with Steve now, you know, it's like Steve Goodwin, he's got a plan for me. So we've got a warm-up fight, you know, 27, and after that, you know, we're ready to go for, you know, for a new fight.
So, if you fought Lewison, what do you think would happen? Is the end part of the question.
I've been training with Ian Lewison, like, you know, I've been sparring with him for the last, you know, I don't know, 5-6 years. Ian Lewison is a friend of mine, but, you know, it's a business at the end of the day, and, you know, I'm happy to fight him, and, you know, the guy, you know, every time I spar him, the guy, he's, you know, he's got no answer, you know, to my jab, to my right hand, you know. The guy, he just, and now he changed trainer, he's, you know, with Don Charles, and, you know, he thinks he can do something, you know, but I don't think he's got a chance. You know, I've got a speed hand, I've got a fast hand, you know, my speed, my, you know, movement and all that. I don't think he, you know, just like could, you know, last 6 or 7, 5 or 4 rounds with me.
So do you think you knock him out?
Yeah, I think after 5th round, you know, definitely knock him out.
Okay, if we can pass it up to Don Charles. This is from Terry in Barnet. Don, why have your two fighters ended up on the Goodwin show after being with Matchroom and Frank Warren? Second point, how far do you think they can go?
On the first question, it's called politics, hence why we're sitting here. But having said that, you know, I believe in destiny, and they're in a very good place. They're happy. That's the most important. Okay, we're not politicians, so therefore we didn't want to contest why or went wrong with the other supposedly called bigger promoters. Yes, they are, but there are politics that comes with it. Your second question.
Second point is how far do you think they can go? And that's from Terry.
Well, I'm a very ambitious coach, and anybody who
finds themselves with me and I find myself with them, always want the best for them, including Mr. Ali Adams, who... Ali, welcome back, by the way, brother.
Thank you.
All right, nice to see you again.
Thank you.
One of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, Ali Adams, and worked with. And even when he was with me, I had big ambitions for him. Sometimes my ambition is bigger than the boxer's ambition. That's my own personal problem. But the evangelists, yeah, I believe they've got what it takes to go all the way. Okay, they're incredible, good human beings. Teaming up with myself, like I said, I'm very ambitious. I'm an ambitious trainer, ambitious person, and they match that as well. Their ambition matches mine, so therefore, the sky's the limit.
Excellent. So, obviously, in the past on this, it's just that obviously you've been known as a heavyweight trainer, but I think now you're starting to establish yourself and show people what you can do with the well, I think people just thought you was a heavyweight trainer, but obviously you're establishing yourself now as what you are, as one of the best trainers in the country.
Yeah, I mean, that's purely because my first encounter as a coach was with namely Derek Chisora, who's a heavyweight. So therefore, people always stereotype me. No, I couldn't listen, boxing is the same fundamental, whether you're a strawweight or you're a heavyweight. So therefore, I can work with any weight. So boxers, anyone who's, it doesn't matter what weight you want to come to my camp, well, train all weights, all types of weights, okay? So therefore, that's that basically, I can train anybody.
And I think it was proven that in, obviously, the Evangelist's last fight had a great performance from both Andreas and Chris. So, yeah, excellent. Okay, on to Chris now. This is from Angela Dexter from Hemel Hempstead, assuming just up the road. You had a quick stoppage in your last fight, Chris. Have you been working on your strength, and do you feel more powerful now you've stepped up to a new weight class?
Hi. Do you know what? That's a good question, actually. Basically, the issue I had for a long time, which wasn't addressed until I came to Don Charles, and what Don done with me is he analysed me and he saw that there was something wrong and he couldn't put his finger on it because in training and in sparring I was doing so well, but under the lights and on the night there was something quite not there, and he addressed the situation with my weight and he felt that I was boxing at the wrong weight. I was a light welterweight when I started boxing 12 years ago and I tried to maintain that weight. Now I've got man organs, man bones, man muscles now which weigh a lot more than they did when I was 17. So we moved up to welterweight, and what I'm doing now is I'm not starving myself. I'm not doing 3 months of hard sparring and training and dedicating my life to the sport, and then 3 days before starving myself to make the weight to get into the fight because I was dehydrated. I was in survival mode on the first round. I was always thinking, I'll just ring that bell until the end of the round. Now don't ring that bell because I want to knock this guy out now because I've got the energy to do it. And any fighter can tell you when you're confident with your weight, they will box better, and when you're happy and I'm not at home starving myself, weighing every grain of rice that I used to do with my diet, you're going to be a better boxer. And yeah, what comes with that is more power because you've got more energy, you're not dehydrated, so my power shots are full power shots now and I'm not holding back. You know, so in answer to the question, by moving up a weight category, I've actually unleashed my power now and I've unlocked something that wasn't quite there, which Don Charles saw in me. So yeah, that's the answer.
In your last fight, you seemed way more aggressive than some of your fights before. You've been predominantly...
That more energy.
So is that what it is? It's just the more energy to become
more energy, more the tactics that Don has been working with me, fighting in waves. I'm not going to give too much away, but you know what we do in the gym every day, day in, day out in the gym, which is my second home. It's my first home now. So what we're doing, we're going over so many different tactics, and Don saw that I can be a box fighter. Before I was more of a counter puncher, you know, for various reasons. And now, yes, my weight is where it should be, the energy is where it should be. So now I can come into the fight and I can hold my ground. And as we've seen in sparring, obviously the world doesn't see the sparring, the world sees under the lights and on the night, which I proved in my last fight that I've got the power to stop people that are, you know, a bigger weight than me, but not really, because now this is my natural weight. So yeah.
Excellent, thank you, Chris. Okay, Andreas, just want to ask, obviously, Chris has had a couple of fights that's been up and there's been a lot of publicity around it. You've kind of come under the radar a little bit. Do you feel you've been progressing quite nicely, just come up under that radar a little bit? It's really time for you to now project yourself and let everyone know what Andreas can do?
Yeah, I mean, hello as well. I think my career is, I've had a few upsets in the sense of a couple of times I've actually been to the arena and my opponents haven't been there, haven't turned up, and also once I couldn't fight under the doctor's orders, and that sent me back 3 fights, which in boxing could be 8 months of your career. So I didn't manage to get them fights on, but now I think teaming up with Steve Goodwin as well and his family. I fought very recently, had a good performance, had a good stoppage against a very tough Eastern European guy who didn't look like many people thought I would stop him, but I did. As Don said, I believe everything happens for a reason, and thank you, he's a better talker. Yeah, everything happens for a reason. I do believe in God, and God has teamed us up with Don. God has teamed us up with Steve Goodwin. My dad's still with us, managing us, and everything's gone really good. I can't wait to do 10 rounds. I'm not dreading the thought. I've only done 6 before, thinking, I've got to do another 10. I've got to do a 10 rounder. The energy I've got and the buzz we've got around the gym now. We've got Lopez as well with us. We've got a good team of boxers with us, and we're thriving off each other. And our assistant coach Luke as well. The world's our oyster. We're really, really thriving to just go on, and I think everything's happened for a reason. But 1, 2 fights, 3 fights away, I'll be going for the Southern Area English and whatever Don and my dad say. That's what we're going for. So all in good time.
Okay, thank you. Okay, back to Joe Mullender, actually now. So Joe, this is from Alison, George and Brentwood. It says, do you feel that you've improved under Jamie, and do you feel you have more to your game now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, most people know I was one-dimensional. I just used to come forward, and people could train for that. And especially with Jamie, we've been working on stuff in the gym and in sparring. Good level sparring stuff like with Lee as well. So just trying to improve. I know what I've got to improve on, and if I want to go forward in my career, I know I've got to do that.
Okay, so you mentioned the one-dimensional. We've got a bit of a spicy question here, Joe, so apologies. They wouldn't tell us who it was from. It's stated from someone who will beat you in the near future, it says. It says, being one-dimensional, do you think you have found your level and you're too limited to move to a higher level?
Find out their name and I'll fight him.
Is that your answer?
I don't care. Most people know that I haven't got a big mouth, and I'm not going to sit here and say I want to fight him, but it doesn't bother me.
So you say it's actually working, obviously, you said before, one-dimensional, you're looking to obviously add more to your game now, and you feel you can get that.
Yeah, I know in myself I had to improve if I wanted to go forward in my career, and if you can't own up to yourself that you need to improve, then you're not going to go anywhere. So, yeah, find out his name, and we'll crack on.
Okay, thank you. Pass it back up to Ali Adams at the end. This is from Tom, doesn't say who or where from, Ali. It says, you could not beat Audley Harrison when he was under one of the best trainers in the country in Don Charles. How can we believe you're going to do any better now? That's a bit spicy as well.
Well, basically, just Audley, is a smart boxer. He kept postponing the fight. We was getting ready for a fight, and then 2 weeks before the fight, and then postponed it again, and then postponed it 2 times, and then my ex-trainer Don Charles, he's one of the great trainers in the country. But the thing is, just we carry on training, and we was helping Derek for Klitschko's fight. He was dragging me out of bed and then asking me to come and help Derek, and. So I just carry on training. So I left it all in the gym. So I kind of, benchmark, I went to the fight, with no energy. So I was always training, and I was feeling weak. I was telling Don, I was talking to him, I was talking to everyone, in my team, just telling them I was feeling really weak and stuff. Went to the doctors, went to private doctors, checked my blood, checked everything. Apparently, I was overtrained, I was really fatigued, and the staff they found in my system, this is one of the reasons, it was making me feel weak. So that's the reason, there is, I don't believe Audley could beat me that night, but everything, happened for a reason, and, it happened, and the punch I got from Audley, he stopped me with, I've been getting that all day long, you know, from sparring. Like, you know, I was hitting it, and Donch, I think you can prove that, you know. Like when I spar with Derek, you know, I always spar with no head guard, and I spar with, you know, like my hands down, you know, my style, my hands down and all that. So I get all the punches in my chin. That punch what oddly got me with, that could never affect me, but, you know, the reason I got stopped because I was overtrained, and, you know, some stuff was in my system, wasn't like, you know, giving me the stamina or the energy. And so yeah, now, you know, just it's completely different, you know. I took a break for 2 years, you know. I've been, you know, looking after myself, been eating right, I've been training right, and, you know, been looking after myself, like, in a professional way, you know. I saw, like, a professional nutritioner who, you know, showing me the right thing, the right food, the right stuff, what to take, what to do. And I've been around, you know. So I traveled around, and I saw a lot of experienced people in this business, and they helped me a lot. So now I'm completely different, you know, and coming back, training and stuff, and yeah, so I've been sparring with Anthony Joshua for the last 2 weeks, you know, proving a lot. I feel like, you know, my stamina, my energy, you know, is getting really, it's getting up there, and, you know, I feel great, and I feel strong, I'm young, I'm fit, I'm healthy, so I'm ready to go. Just, you know, everybody, you know, make mistakes. So I made a mistake at the past, and, you know, with Audley's fight and before that and stuff, but now, no more mistakes. So what are you going to see?
Just about moving forward now, Ali. So
yes,
some great sparring you've had as well. So back to Bradley, we've got one from Tom in Dorset. Do you actually truly believe you have any chance of beating Lee Markham? I'm sure I can guess the response to this.
Oh.
Yeah, of course I do. I mean, well, like, I haven't seen him box. I mean, I heard he comes forward, and that'll suit me. I mean, I don't want to be chasing anyone on the ring like I was chasing Frank Gavin. But I mean, with no, like I said, with no this, I mean, you're going to see a good performance from me. I mean, it's not my weight, to be fair. I'll be swiftly moving back on the light middle, but at this minute in time, I mean, I feel strong at this weight, and I'm confident I'm going to win on the night. It's going to be a good fight. I mean, I promise you that. It's going to be a good, exciting fight. I mean, I'm coming to win. I'm not there to lose on points. Everyone seems to think going with me at the minute, thinking if I can stop him, it looks good on me. But I mean, I remember I used to say when I boxed Peter Buckley, it'd be good if I can stop him. I stopped him in a round. But so I think everyone's looking at me as a journeyman at the minute. But obviously, I'm going to turn that around on this fight, and people are going to see a good improvement and a winning performance.
Okay, so back to Julian. We've got one from Paul Bradley in Chingford. I want an answer and no political ball. You have a good stable. Which of your stable will reach the highest level? And I want one name. That's from Paul Bradley. That was a friend of
That's not fair, is it, really, eh?
You've got Paul Routley to thank for it.
Hey? Yeah, myself. Yeah. You know, it's a tough one because I'm blessed. I've got quite a few young, good fighters coming through now. Obviously, Sol, Showstar fought the weekend and knocked Graham Fern out with a great performance, and I'm installing a lot of power into the camp, and I'm blessed with speed and power in the camp. Going through, obviously, they're all great fighters coming through, and we're like 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. But obviously, at the moment, Michael, the old boy, the veteran of the camp, probably gives a lot of experience. But I think Michael can win something the fastest of than the other boys. So it's hard to put a name on it, but right now, Michael, I think, is going to do big things after Chess Simmons. He deserves a good break. Deserves like the English or British title shot or Commonwealth title shot, 100%. But the young guns I got coming through, I ain't got to say too much because I'm a young coach at the moment with great fighters, and I'm just coming through quietly. I'm not flash. I'm just confident, and you'll see in every show, every fight now, my fighters won't be losing at all. From right now, from sort of super feather. I've got a fighter at every weight pretty much at the moment, and they're all good guys coming through undefeated. So I ain't gonna put a name on it. I'm gonna say right now, to win the title, obviously Michael. I think Michael's gonna win what he deserves up to a British title. He's more than capable right now of winning something like that. He's stronger now. I've got all his dietary changed. His strength's better. He lives the life. He don't cut corners. He sets a good example for the younger guys, the young lions in the camp. And I think he's an inspiration for him. He's obviously not achieved what he's meant to. I think at the time he wasn't in the right place with the right people. Now you can see he's revitalised his career. He's obviously like he's ranked 8 in the country, which is great ratings at light middleweight. He makes the weight easy now, not a problem. He's punching harder. He's got more confidence. He's taking more risks. So right now, even though we've got the likes of obviously Sahal, Mustard, Mike Peart, was a great potential. We've got quite a few coming through at the moment. We've got a new guy. He's making his English debut on the 11th of October. Jamali, the boss Tazak. He's a character and a half, and he's got a lot of power. And I think he's going to cause a storm. I know wherever he is, he's going to hurt. But he's full of it. But I'm trying to make him humble. I like all the camps to be humble. I don't really like flash guys. But Michael is definitely going to win something and finish his career on a high. Preferably a Commonwealth title would be great. And if something big comes up, we'll take it. So that's all I can say to you.
All right, well, thank you. Right, now for Jordan Joseph. This is from Dennis in Dunstable. Jordan's Vincent. Okay, Jordan, so while the mic's coming down, I'll tell you the question. So from Dennis in Dunstable, says, I remember we were speaking with Steve about you some time ago when you were sparring his son, Josh, the promoter, for this show, who is also sitting on the table. What made you turn pro after so few fights as an amateur, and do you think you're ready?
Yes, I think I'm ready. I grew up in the pro game. I've always been in a professional gym, sparring pros. When I started boxing as a kid, I did it to be a pro. My mind wasn't really in the amateur game, so I just wanted to be a pro. I think I'm ready for it now. So I turned over. I'm happy to do good promotions. Yeah, definitely ready.
Did you get the better at Josh during the sparring session?
We'll keep that behind closed doors.
Okay, thank you, George. Okay, Eddie Sharif, the mic going down the other end. This is for Kamal Salim. This is coming off that first round KO win last time. What is your game plan going into the fight with Mitch Mitchell, who seems a well-rounded boxer? Do you think it'll be another early night?
Main thing is just to go in there and just stick to the game plan and go for a win. I never go there looking for a knockout, but I've got the power, so if I see an opening, I'm going to take it. If I get a chance to clean him up quick as I can, but like I said, a win's a win for me, so that's all I'm going to go for.
Okay, thank you. One for Ashley. Ashley's not here this evening, so we'll leave that one. Back to Joe. Oh no, we've done that one, Joe. Lee Markham. This is from Freddie Watson in London. I am a Bullioni fan. Your team have been screaming out for the fight. Do you really want it, knowing that you'll get knocked out if Pryce does not do it first?
Yeah, of course I want it, but I'm not looking past Bradley Pryce. I've got a lot of respect for him, and I think he causes just as much, if not more, threat than Frank Bullioni. I'm not going to badmouth him in front of everyone. You know, like I say, I'm just looking forward to this fight, but of course that's the fight I want down the line, definitely.
Okay, all right, thank you, Lee. Michael and Rod again, going back to one for the two of you. Either one can answer this. Is this the last roll of the dice for Michael? There's no name on this one, it's just a...
Yeah, definitely, because 2 days before the fight, I'll be 36. So for what I've achieved through my career so far, I've been doing this for 28 years now, amateur pro, 134 amateur and pro fights, 22 losses. Come on, it talks for itself. So all about now is about get as much silverware behind me and leave something behind so I can bring on the guys in the gym and everything else.
Okay, thank you. Right, one for the two debutants, Matthew Chandler and Jordan Joseph, that are at either end of the table, so it'll be difficult. So, it says you're both making your debuts. How hard is it to sell tickets, as I know you need to?
It's been okay for the first one, to be honest. I did think it would be harder than it actually was, or is. But I suppose it gets harder as it goes on. Then again, you do get more attention and more fans. So I don't know. It's been Yeah, it's been okay. Yes, I haven't found it that hard to be honest.
And I think people realise sometimes how hard it can be when you obviously turn pro and sell tickets, and it's important to get out there, isn't there, and obviously get as many people saying. But you're saying that obviously people have supported you
Yeah,
well for
definitely.
this. And
Yeah, I mean, my wife and my coach Steve really have been just able to train really, and everyone making the phone calls. So I'm just saying it's easy, and everyone's doing it. So yeah. But yeah, I'm just really focusing on training and stuff, and Steve and my missus are really the ones taking that pressure off me, to be honest.
okay, we'll keep hold of the mic for a sec. We'll come down to you for that in a second, Jordan. There's been one question coming from you, Matthew, from Freddie Watson in London. It says, bantamweight, super bantamweight is a division you can make great strides in very quickly. What do you envision your plans to be over the next 12 to 24 months?
First of all, having some fun, getting out there and getting fights. I don't know. It depends. It depends on I think how I perform with these fighters who the Goodwin's giving me and stuff. But I think, what do I envision? I envision great things. I'm excited. I bring intensity to the ring, and I think if anyone knows me in the amateurs, yeah, I do have a fight. I do have a scrap. So yeah, I'm 6-0 at York Hall, and 27th hope to make it 7-0, and yeah, I think that's all.
All right, mate, if you can just send the mic down here for Jordan, we'll get Jordan just to answer that last question about how hard it is to sell tickets being at Edmonton. Yeah, same question to you then, just so you missed it, Jordan. We're both making debuts. How hard is it to sell tickets with the name in it?
It can be hard, but I've got some good supporters behind me that support me well, buying tickets, so it's been alright so far. Good.
Okay, well, that's all the questions we had sent in from Facebook, Twitter, etc. Is there any questions in the room that anyone would like to ask at all? Yeah, Evolution Boxing. Boxing Evolution, sorry.
Thank you. All right, my first question goes to the Evangeli brothers. You always seem to be fighting on the same shows together. Do you feel that might either steal your individual limelight a little bit, or does it improve the experience for both of you? And that's to both of you.
Should I speak first? Sure. We're still in my limelight now, Joe. You know what? Obviously, when you're like the Klitschko's, for example, there's two of them, so they share the kind of the prestigiousness of being one ultimate unified fighter. But you know, I wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest. My brother and myself, we live together, we train, we eat, we sleep. Do the housework.
Sleep together.
Really? Sure. But basically, we live the life of boxers, and I wouldn't care who it's with, as long as my brother's healthy and happy, in the ring, out the ring, together. We're doing it together, and that's it. I don't really care. I don't care the limelight I get or he gets, whatever. We like to fight on the same night. We motivate each other. We support each other. It's a lot more nerve-wracking when both of us are fighting on the same bill, because I'm more worried about his fight, and I'm sure he's more worried about my fight, I think. But yeah, so yeah, there are pros and cons, but I love it. I love having my brother there with me, you know. Dress, do you want to?
Yeah, just basically what he said, but as well, it is a lot more pressure, especially for our family as well. They've got to sit through one fight, and then they've got to sit through another fight. And now this one's a title fight's coming up, so they've got 20 rounds of boxing potentially to go through. But we enjoy it, and it's a good experience to be boxing with my brother as well. And as I said, we've got 2 title fights coming up, and the mission won't be accomplished until both of us have gone through the ring and both of us get our titles. And so, yeah, it's good.
How do you sort out who sells what tickets? You must have the same mutual friends and stuff like that.
Well, when it comes to the tickets, as you get commission, we just split it 50-50, but I'm the one who's in the office who does all of the hard work.
I'm the one with more fans on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, right?
I'm basically selling him, basically.
Oh, we love it.
No, we help each other out in that respect as well, whereas we know the same people.
Listen, I'll be completely honest, my brother does all the business side of things. He just gives me a certain amount of tickets and he says go and sell it. He checks up on me every few days. It gets annoying, but I love him. But going into that question actually about selling tickets as a pro, It is so important to sell tickets as a professional. If you are supporting a boxer, buy a ticket, for goodness sake. It's like 35 quid. And don't call up on the day of the fight, because we're preparing to, you know, for our battle. Get a few weeks before, but yeah, it is very important. But my brother does the business side. I sort of do the showman side of things. A few little pretty pictures on Facebook and that. But yeah, so that's how we do it, really.
As you can see, he wore the suit, I wore just a tracksuit.
Okay, thank you guys, cheers. Our next question is to Aji, the General Sharif. You're right, Aji? Where's your microphone? So you've been out for a little while now due to injury of a rib, I believe. How do you think that will affect you on fight night? Do you think your opponent's going to be looking for that as a weak spot to target?
Thanks for telling everyone as well, yeah? I'm fully recovered, you know. I ain't got no complaints, no doubts, so he could go for it all day long if he wants. So it's all good. I'm recovered fully. I've been training my heart out. Now I've been doing my boxing training with Andy Edge, strength condition with Richard Jones. So we'll go for it all day long if he wants. It's all good.
Okay, that's good to hear. I'm looking forward to the fight. My next question is for Don Charles. Hello, Dan, you right?
I'm good.
My question is, when Ali Adams said that he would stop Ian after round 5, I saw a bit of a look on your face there. What is your response to that?
Mr. Lewis is not here to speak for himself. He's the fighter. I'm just a trainer.
I mean, your own thoughts
My
as a
thoughts
coach.
on it.
As a coach, yeah.
Look, I'll train, but it wouldn't be right for me to say. I prefer not to say.
Okay, no worries. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And my last question goes to Bradley. I like your hat, Bradley. Where'd you get it from?
New shop called Playmani.
Thank you. That's all my questions. Anyone else? Cheers.
My question goes to Lee Markham. I'm not going to lie, I don't know too much about yourself, but what I've liked today is that you're very respectful of your opponents. There's no bad mouthing. You basically said you're going to do it in the ring, which I respect. But do you feel that when some boxers, like that remark you said, well, you didn't say it, but that was remark earlier, do you feel that's wrong in boxing?
I don't think it's wrong because it sells fights and gets people interested, and especially like not boxing fans, but if there's a bit of trash talking stuff like that going on, it sells the fight. But it's just not in me personally to bad talk anyone. I'm a pretty laid back person, and I don't really get upset or feelings. I like the fight. I like getting in there, and that's just me personally. But I think if everyone's like me, it'd be pretty boring, and nobody's not really interested. But I think it's a good thing that people, get emotionally involved and there's trash talk and stuff. But that's just not sort of first time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming, and if you haven't got a ticket already for the 27th, come and buy one.